Welcome back to yet another fabulous government video. Today we're going to be looking at how the Enlightenment influenced American government. So just a quick refresher, the Enlightenment was a time period in which people started to question the authority of absolute monarchs. So take a second, think back to what an absolute monarchy was. Hopefully you got it. An absolute monarchy was one in which the king or queen, whoever was in charge, pretty much had unlimited power. And they believed that they had inherited that power because God wanted them to, okay, or a group of gods. So they believed in that divine right theory that we've talked about in previous videos. So a few Enlightenment individuals that we want to talk about. First of all, John Locke. This should be review for you. John Locke was an Enlightenment thinker who believed that people created government out of necessity to preserve their natural rights. So just a reminder, the natural rights are life, liberty, and property. And according to John Locke, that is the purpose of government, to create laws to protect your natural rights, okay? And remember what John Locke said about what happens if the government stops protecting the rights of the people. We have to overthrow it, okay? So some other people that we've not discussed yet, we've got this guy named Jean-Jacques Rousseau, okay? Now, Rousseau was a French person, and he also talked about the social contract. But the way he saw the social contract was a little bit different than how Locke saw it, okay? Locke saw the relationship between the people and their government as the social contract. But Jean-Jacques Rousseau saw the relationship among people themselves as the social contract, okay? So, like, there are certain things that we all know that we shouldn't do, okay? We know that it's bad to steal something, right? So according to Rousseau, people really didn't need a government. Like, they would be able to figure all of that out themselves, okay? And Rousseau believed that, we're born as free people, but because we have a government, that we are in chains, or we are restrained, or we're somehow limited in our freedom because of our government, okay? So Baron de Montesquieu is another great guy. He is a Frenchman, and Montesquieu believed in this concept of separation of powers. Now, separation of powers is something that we are going to talk about when we get to the Constitution unit, so file that in the back of your brain somewhere. But separation of powers is this basic principle that helps us in the United States government preserve the limited government that we have, okay? So this political cartoon here is one of my favorites. You've got the legislative branch and you've got the executive branch, okay? And then you've got this wall here that says separation of powers. So the whole point of separation of powers is to prevent one person or one group from getting too much power, okay? Now, why do you think our founding fathers implemented or utilized that system of separation of powers? Think about what they were exposed to whenever we were under Great Britain, okay? And we'll come back to that. And this next guy, Voltaire, he was also pretty cool. Voltaire was a strong advocate for freedom of speech and freedom of religion, okay? So Voltaire said, and I'm paraphrasing, that he may not agree with what you have to say, but he's going to defend to his death the right for you to say it. Okay, so just because you and I don't agree on something, that doesn't mean you're not entitled to your opinion, okay? I'm not automatically right, and you're not automatically wrong, and vice versa. We have freedom of speech. We have freedom of opinion, and it's a great thing. So in our country today, think about how differences of opinion are handled. Think about the media. Think about what you see on the news. Think about social media. If someone disagrees with you, do we just go, okay, well, it's your right to your opinion. Have a good day. We don't do that, okay? So, but that was something that Voltaire felt very strongly about, okay? And that is all for this one. If you guys have any questions, let me know.